What if I told you that the oldest living beings on this planet are not the ancient, gnarled trees of the forest, nor the silent creatures of the abyssal deep? What if I told you they are the stones beneath your feet? Not just inner trunk, but libraries of silent consciousness. For millennia, we have been drawn to their beauty, their fire, their impossible geometry. We call them gems, stones, crystals. But what if their allure is not merely aesthetic? What if it's a call, a resonance, an invitation from the Earth's most ancient memory keepers? In today's journey, we will pull back the veil on the silent world of crystals. First, you will discover the forgotten history of how lost civilizations like Atlantis and ancient Egypt revered these stones, not as ornaments, but as instruments of immense power. Next, we will explore the energetic mechanics that allow these crystalline structures to communicate with us, bridging the gap between modern science and ancient wisdom. And most importantly, by the end of our exploration, you will begin to understand how to awaken your own sensitivity to this energy to transform a simple stone into a key that can unlock your own hidden potential. Before we journey into the heart of the Crystal Kingdom, I want to ask you something. Have you ever walked into a shop or along a beach and found yourself inexplicably drawn to one particular stone? Not the largest, not the most brilliant, but one that just felt right, as if it had chosen you. Share that feeling, that story in the comments below. It's a more common experience than you might imagine. To truly understand this pull, this silent conversation, we must first travel back to a time when humanity's connection to the Earth was not just a belief, but a fundamental reality. Most of us think of crystals as New Age tools, a recent fascination. But ancient texts and channeled wisdom tell a completely different story. They speak of a time long before recorded history, when entire civilizations were built upon the science of crystalline energy. They speak of Atlantis. According to the philosopher Plato, and later mystics like Edgar Cayce, the Atlanteans were masters of vibrational science. They didn't see crystals as passive objects. To them, crystals were living, programmable entities, extensions of the planet's own energetic grid. Imagine great temples, not of stone and mortar, but of polished quartz. At the heart of their capital city, it is said, lay the great crystal, the two-awi stone. A colossal, six-sided generator, its tip pointing towards the dome of the sky. This was not an idol to be worshipped. It was a piece of sophisticated technology. The priests and priestesses, known as the keepers of the Law of One, were trained for lifetimes to attune themselves to this crystal. They could use it to draw down cosmic energies, powering their cities, healing the sick, and even influencing the weather. The crystal acted as a central server, a celestial receiver and broadcaster, linking the consciousness of the entire population. It was said they could communicate telepathically, their thoughts amplified and harmonized by the city's crystalline grid. The energy healed not just the body, but the spirit, maintaining a society free of discord. But their knowledge wasn't confined to these massive generators. The personal application was just as profound. A healer in Atlantis wouldn't prescribe a potion, but a frequency. They would select a specific crystal, perhaps a rose quartz for an emotional wound, or an amethyst to calm a troubled mind, and use their own focused intent to program it. The crystal would hold that intention, that healing vibration, and continuously broadcast it into the patient's energy field, gently recalibrate a bit back to a state of harmony. They understood that disease was, at its core, a form of energetic dissonance, a note played out of tune with the symphony of the self. The crystal was the tuning fork that could restore the proper melody. This was a symbiotic relationship. Humanity served the earth by keeping its energy lines clear, and the crystal kingdom, the heart of the earth, served humanity by providing limitless, clean energy and a pathway to higher consciousness. But this great knowledge came with a grave warning. The same energy that could heal and unite could also be used to control and destroy. As some among the Atlanteans grew ambitious, seeking power over others, they began to corrupt the crystal's purpose. They experimented with frequencies of discord, of power, of domination. The great crystal became overloaded, its harmony shattered. In a catastrophic moment, their great experiment ended, and Atlantis was lost to the sea. But the energy, the consciousness, was not destroyed. The knowledge was shattered into 1,000,000 pieces, seeded across the planet in the form of the very crystals we find today. Each quartz point, each amethyst geode, each sliver of selenite is a tiny, sleeping echo of that ancient power, waiting for a conscious mind to reawaken it. The memory of this power didn't vanish entirely. It survived, whispered down through the ages, resurfacing in other great civilizations that followed. Look to the land of the pharaohs. The ancient Egyptians had a profound understanding of the metaphysical properties of gems. For them, crystals were not mere decoration. They were portals to the divine, tools for the afterlife. Lapis lazuli, with its deep celestial blue and golden pyrite flecks, was not just a pretty stone. It was the stone of the gods, a symbol of the night sky. It was believed to open the third eye, connect the wearer to cosmic wisdom, and provide protection in the journey through the underworld. They ground it into powder to create sacred cosmetics and pigments, literally painting themselves with the energy of the heavens. They carved scarabs from carnelian, a stone of courage and vitality, believing it would lend strength to the heart in the final judgment. They placed turquoise on their bodies for protection and to ensure the favor of the gods. And most tellingly, they often used clear quartz for the eyes of their most sacred statues, believing it allowed the spirit of the deity or the deceased pharaoh to see out into the world of the living. They knew the quartz could hold and transmit a charge, a spark of consciousness. From the sunken spires of Atlantis to the golden tombs of Egypt, the message is the same. Our ancestors knew these stones were alive with power. They didn't have our modern vocabulary of physics and chemistry, but their intuition was profoundly advanced. So, how did they know? How does a seemingly solid, inert object hold and transmit energy, information, and even intent? The answer lies not in ancient magic, but in a sublime intersection of physics and metaphysics that modern science is only just beginning to acknowledge. So, how does it work? This might surprise you, but the foundation for crystal energy is a well-known scientific principle. It's called the piezoelectric effect. Piezoelectricity means simply electricity resulting from pressure. When you squeeze a quartz crystal, it generates a tiny, but measurable electric charge. The reverse is also true if you apply an electric voltage to it. It vibrates. It oscillates at a precise, stable, and unwavering frequency. This isn't esoteric theory. It's the reason your quartz watch keeps perfect time. A tiny battery sends a voltage to a sliver of quartz, which vibrates at exactly 768 times per second. That perfect, consistent vibration is what regulates the watch's gears. It's in your phone, your computer, your radio. We rely on this property of quartz every single day without a second thought. Now, let's expand that principle. Imagine not just a tiny sliver of quartz, but the massive crystalline veins that run through the crust of our planet. These are not isolated. They are constantly under immense geological pressure. They are bathed in the Earth's own electromagnetic field. They are, in essence, vibrating in harmony with the planet itself. They are the Earth's nervous system. But the ancients intuited something more. The perfect, repeating geometric structure of a crystal. Its lattice is more than just a stable framework. It's a perfect vessel for information. Think of modern data storage. A hard drive stores information by arranging magnetic particles into binary patterns of ones and zeros. It's an ordered system for holding information. A crystal lattice is nature's original hard drive. Its structure is so perfectly ordered, so coherent that it can absorb, store and transmit energy and information without distortion. This information isn't binary code. It's vibrational. Everything in the universe, from the light of a distant star to the thoughts you are thinking right now, has a unique vibrational frequency. Fear has a low, chaotic frequency. Love has a high, coherent frequency. This is where we move from the purely physical to the metaphysical. Let me tell you about Anna, an architect in Berlin. She was brilliant, but she had hit a wall. She was leading a project to design a new community wellness center, but every idea felt sterile, uninspired. The pressure was immense, and her creative well had run dry. Her office felt suffocating. One weekend, trying to clear her head, she wandered into a small mineral shop. She wasn't looking for anything in particular. But in a dusty corner she saw it. A large, unpolished cluster of smoky quartz. It wasn't beautiful in the conventional way. It was dark, cloudy, almost moody. But she felt an overwhelming pull. She bought it and placed it on her desk. Smoky quartz, from an energetic perspective, is a master absorber of negative or stagnant energy. It's a grounding stone. And it didn't know this consciously. But her energy field did. The crystal, a stable and grounding frequency, began to act like an energetic sponge. The chaotic frequencies of her stress, her anxiety, her creative block, the crystal's perfect lattice structure absorbed them. Days passed. She didn't do anything with the crystal. It just sat there. But she started to feel lighter. The constant buzz of anxiety in her mind quieted. The office felt less oppressive. Then, one night she had a dream. A flood of images, shapes and concepts for the wellness center, more brilliant and innovative than anything she'd conceived of before. She woke up at 3 a.m. and sketched for hours, the ideas flowing effortlessly. So what happened? Was it magic? Or was it a change in frequency? By clearing the energetic static from her environment, the smoky quartz didn't give her the ideas. It simply cleared the channel. It restored her own natural energetic state, allowing her innate creativity to flow once more. The stone created a coherent field, a space of clarity, and her consciousness responded. This is the fundamental secret. Crystals are not magic wands. They are amplifiers, absorbers, and transmitters. They are tuning forks for the human energy field. They resonate with the perfect, stable geometry of their own structure, and when we bring them into our own, often chaotic energy fields, they invite us to resonate with them. They remind our own cellular structure of its original, coherent blueprint. The story of Atlantis speaks of great power. The science of piezoelectricity speaks of precise vibration. The story of Anna speaks of subtle influence. All these threads weave together into one profound tapestry. These stones are sophisticated energetic instruments, forged in the heart of the earth over millions of years, imbued with the planet's stability and wisdom. Which leads us to a crucial question. If they are truly instruments, what happens when we learn how to play them? What happens when we move beyond passive reception and learn to consciously interact with them? That is the bridge from knowing about them to working with them. And that is where our journey will take us next. We will explore the different families of crystals, the personality of each stone, and how you can begin to feel this energy for yourself right now. The first steps to unlocking the library are simpler than you think. We discovered that these incredible crystalline beings are far more than just stones. They are ancient libraries, planetary tuning forks, and silent witnesses to the rise and fall of civilizations. We learned that their perfect geometric structure, a principle we use in our own technology, allows them to absorb, store, and transmit energy in a way our ancestors understood as magic, but which we are beginning to understand as a profound vibrational science. We left off with a crucial question: if these stones are instruments, how do we learn to play them? How do we move from being a passive admirer to an active participant in this silent, energetic symphony? This is where knowledge transforms into wisdom. This is the most crucial part of our journey together, turning theory into a tangible, felt experience. The first step is not one of action but of perception. It begins with choosing a crystalline partner. I use the word partner intentionally because the relationship is a two-way street. You may think you are choosing the crystal, but more often than not, the crystal is choosing you. Remember the question I asked earlier? That feeling of being inexplicably drawn to one specific stone? That is the crystal's call. It is a signal, a vibrational handshake. The crystal's frequency is resonating with a frequency within your own energy field that is in need of support, amplification, or balancing. So, the first rule is trust your intuition above all else. Ignore the guidebooks for a moment. Forget what you've been told a certain stone is for. Simply stand before them, quiet your mind, and feel. Which one calls to you? Which one feels warm in your hand? Which one seems to hum with a quiet energy, or conversely feel incredibly still and calming? That is your starting point. That is your stone. Now, once you have answered the call and brought your crystal home, the most vital step comes next, and it is one that is too often overlooked. You must cleanse it. Think of it like this: these stones are master absorbers of energy. The stone you hold has been on a long journey. From its extraction deep within the earth, through the hands of miners, polishers, merchants, and other customers. It has been sitting in environment, absorbing the ambient energetic information, the stress of a shop owner, the chaotic energy of a crowded room, the sadness of a previous owner. A crystal that is full of energetic static cannot resonate at its own pure frequency. To hear its true song, you must first wipe the slate clean. There are many ancient methods for this. The smoke from sacred herbs like sage or Palo Santo can neutralize discordant energies. The resonant frequency of a singing bowl or chime can literally vibrate the stored energy out of the crystal's lattice. One of the simplest and most profound methods is to return the crystal to nature. Burying it in the earth for a day allows the planet's immense, stable field to recalibrate it. Or for most stones, you can place them under the light of the full moon. The moon's energy has a powerful purifying effect, a gentle yet deep cleanse. Be mindful, however. Some stones, like selenite, can be damaged by water. Others, like amethyst, can fade in direct sunlight. Always follow your intuition, but also respect the physical nature of your new partner. Cleansing isn't a one-time event. You should cleanse your crystals regularly, especially if you use them for deep emotional work or if they are in a high-traffic area of your home. But a cleansed crystal is like a blank canvas. It is restored to its pure potential. The real magic begins when you, the artist, pick up the brush. This is the art of intention. This is how you program your crystal. This is simpler and more profound than it sounds. It requires no complex ritual, only your focused presence. Find a quiet space. Hold your cleansed crystal in your hands. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, bringing yourself into the present moment. Feel the weight, the texture, the temperature of the stone. Now, bring to your mind and heart the intention you wish to instill. Don't just think the word calm. Feel the state of calm in every cell of your body. Imagine a wave of profound peace washing over you. If your intention is for creativity, don't just think creativity. Feel the electric thrill of inspiration, the joy of effortless flow. As you hold this feeling, visualize it as a light, a colorless sensation flowing from your heart down your arms and into the crystal. See the crystal absorbing this light, accepting this frequency. Tell the crystal its job. You can speak it aloud or in your mind. I program this crystal to hold the frequency of peace, to protect my space, and to remind me to return to my center. Hold this focus for as long as it feels right. You will feel a subtle shift when the process is complete, a sense of connection, of resonance. The crystal's lattice, that perfect storage medium we spoke of, has now accepted your vibrational instruction. It will hold that frequency for you, continuously broadcasting it into your environmenting, your own energy field. It has become your ally. Now that we understand the process, choose Cleanse program, we can begin to explore the different personalities within the crystal kingdom. While any crystal can be programmed with any intention, each type has its own innate frequency, its own specialty. Understanding these specialties allows you to choose the most effective tool for the job. Let's decode some of the most essential crystal families. First, we have the Great Quartz family. Quartz is the most abundant crystal on Earth, the planet's workhorse. Because of its perfect molecular structure, CO2, it is the ultimate amplifier and programmer. Clear quartz, this is the master healer. It is a blank slate of pure, coherent light. It amplifies the energy of any other crystal it's near, and it can be programmed with absolutely any intention. If you were to have only one crystal, this would be it. It brings clarity, focus, and channels universal energy. Amethyst stone of spirit and sobriety. Its violet frequency resonates with the higher mind, the crown chakra. It is a powerful tool for calming mental chatter, enhancing intuition, and connecting with the divine. It transforms negative energy into love and is a great aid for restful sleep and insightful dreams. Think of it as a gateway to your higher self. Rose quartz, the quintessential stone of the heart. Its gentle pink energy is the frequency of unconditional love for others and, most importantly, for the self. It doesn't just attract love. It helps you dissolve emotional wounds, release resentment, and cultivate compassion. It is not a passionate love, but a deep, nurturing, and healing embrace. Citrine, the merchant stone, the stone of abundance and manifestation. Its frequency is one of joy, optimism, and personal power. It stimulates creativity and helps to manifest your goals into physical reality. Unlike other crystals, citrine is said to not hold negative energy, but instead transmutes and dissipates it, making it a perpetually sunny presence in your life. Next are the guardians. These are the stones that connect us to the energy of the earth, protecting our energy fields from unwanted influences. Black Tourmaline, this is the ultimate energetic bodyguard. It creates a protective shield around your aura, repelling and blocking negative or harmful energies. It's also deeply grounding, connecting you to the Earth's stabilizing core. An excellent stone to place near your front door or by electronic devices to absorb electromagnetic smog. Smoky quartz, as we saw with Anna. This is the great detoxifier. While tourmaline repels, smoky quartz absorbs and transmutes. It pulls negativity and stagnant energy out of your field and environment, grounding it into the earth to be neutralized. It is a stone of resilience, helping you move through difficult experiences with grace. Finally, for now we have the ethereal connectors. These stones vibrate at a much higher frequency, acting as bridges to the spirit realms and higher states of consciousness. Selenite, named after Selene, the Greek goddess of the moon. Selenite is liquid light. Its energy is so pure and high, vibrational, that it is constantly cleansing itself and everything around it. You can use a selenite wand to sweep through your aura, literally clearing it of energetic debris. It opens the higher chakras, facilitates connection with guides and angels, and brings a profound sense of peace. It is the light of the divine, made manifest. Lapis lazuli, the stone of the pharaohs, the stone of truth and cosmic wisdom. Lapis activates the higher mind in the third eye, stimulating the thirst for knowledge and understanding. It is a stone of truth, helping you to speak your truth with clarity and confidence. It connects the physical and celestial realms, helping to unlock mystic visions and access ancient knowledge. The amplifiers, the guardians, the connectors, these are but a few of the vast personalities in the crystal kingdom. Each has a voice, a purpose, a gift to offer. By learning their language, you are not just collecting stones. You are assembling a council of ancient allies, a team of vibrational specialists to assist you on your journey. You now have the keys. You know how to choose, how to cleanse, and how to instill your intention. You have been introduced to the core families. This is the foundation upon which all deeper work is built. But what happens when you begin to combine these energies? What happens when you use these stones not just for passive support, but for active manifestation? When you learn to arrange them in sacred geometric patterns, crystal grids, to create a powerful vortex of energy to achieve a specific goal. And what of the responsibilities? Is there a shadow side to this work? This is the next layer of the mystery. The journey from personal healing to conscious creation. And that is where we are headed in the final part of our exploration. In our journey so far, we have traveled from the sunken shores of Atlantis to the heart of the atom. We have awakened to the reality that crystals are the planet's ancient memory keepers. We have learned the sacred art of choosing, cleansing, and programming these crystalline allies, transforming them from passive objects of beauty into active partners in our energetic well-being. We now know how to listen to their song. But what happens when we learn to conduct the entire orchestra? What happens when we combine their individual voices to create a symphony of intention, powerful enough to ripple through the fabric of reality itself. This is the art of conscious creation. This is where we learn to build with light. We are moving beyond the single stone, the single conversation, and into the realm of the crystal grid. This may sound complex, but the principle is beautifully simple. It is the fusion of three powerful forces: the innate energy of the crystals, the amplifying power of sacred geometry, and the focused laser of your own human intention. Think of a single crystal as a musical note. It's beautiful and pure on its own. A crystal grid is a chord or even a whole song. By placing stones in specific geometric patterns, you create a synergistic energy field that is far more powerful than the sum of its parts. So, how do we build one? Let's create a simple grid for manifesting abundance and opportunity. First, the foundation: your intention. Be crystal clear. Abundance is good, but I am open and receptive to new streams of financial and creative opportunity that serve my highest good is better. Write it down on a small piece of paper. Next, choose your geometric pattern. You can find these patterns online: the seed of life, Metatron's cube, a simple circle. The pattern acts as the energetic circuit board for your grid. Place your written intention in the center. Now your council of stones. You need a primary focus stone for the center. This is the heart of the grid. For abundance, a powerful citrine point or pyramid is perfect. Place it directly over your intention. This stone will gather and focus the energy. Then you choose your surrounding stones. These are the workers, the amplifiers. We could use 6 pieces of tumbled aventurine, the stone of luck and opportunity, placing one on each intersection of our seed of life pattern. Their job is to support the central intention. Finally, you need your pathway stones. These will connect the dots and create the flow. We can use 6 small, clear quartz points, arranging them 2 point inwards from the outer edge towards the central citrine. They act like energetic wires, directing energy to the heart of the grid. The final step is activation. Take an activator wand, usually a larger quartz point, and starting from the outside, trace the lines of your geometric pattern, connecting each stone energetically. As you do this, state your intention aloud. Visualize the grid lighting up, the energies of each stone merging, creating a unified vortex of light that broadcasts your intention out into the universe. And then you let it go. Leave the grid in a safe place where it won't be disturbed. You have created an energetic engine that is now working on your behalf. Cleanse it and recharge it every week or so to keep the intention fresh and powerful. While grids are a powerful tool for focused work, the ultimate goal is to live in harmony with this crystalline energy every day. It's about creating a constant, supportive resonance in your life. Wear them as jewelry. A lapis lazuli pendant doesn't just look beautiful. It rests near your throat and heart, reminding you to speak your truth. A garnet ring can infuse your actions with vitality and passion. Place them in your home with intention. Black tourmaline at the door to keep your home a sacred sanctuary. Rose quartz in the living room to foster loving communication. Amethyst in your study to inspire calm focus. You can even place water, safe crystals like clear quartz or shungite in your water filter. They will infuse the water with their coherent vibrational pattern, turning a simple glass of water into a liquid blessing. They become silent friends, quiet guardians that elevate the energy of your daily life. This journey into the crystal kingdom is empowering. It reconnects us with a power and a wisdom that is our birthright. But with this power comes a profound responsibility. And this is something we must address. There is a shadow side, not of the crystals themselves, but of our interaction with them. The first responsibility is to the earth. These stones are gifts, not commodities. Be conscious of where your crystals come from. Support ethical suppliers who honor the planet and the people who mine these treasures. A crystal ripped from the earth with violence and greed will carry that scar in its energy field. The second responsibility is to the crystals themselves. They are not tools to be commanded or exploited. They are allies. Treat them with reverence. Cleanse them, thank them, listen to them. Do not try to bend them to an ego-driven will that would cause harm to others. The law of resonance is universal. The energy you send out through the crystal will be the energy that returns to you amplified. And finally, the most important responsibility is to yourself. Crystals are not a magic pill. They will not solve your problems for you. They are amplifiers. If you are working on yourself, cultivating peace, love, and clarity, they will amplify that 1,000-fold. But if you ignore your own inner work, they can also amplify your confusion and turmoil. They are here to support your journey, not to walk it for you. They are tuning forks that remind your own soul of its perfect, inherent song. The real work is, and always will be, within. The crystals are simply here to light the way. So the next time you hold a piece of quartz, polished by the river or dug from the earth, remember what you are truly holding. You are holding millions of years of planetary history. You are holding perfect, divine geometry. You are holding a silent song of stability and light. Remember that it is not just a rock. It is a key. A piece of a forgotten technology of consciousness, a fragment of a lost paradise, placed on this earth to help us remember our own inner light. It is a thread in the vast cosmic tapestry, a whisper from the deep heart of Gaia meant just for you. You are not separate from the earth. You are a part of its living, breathing consciousness. And these stones are its ambassadors, sent to remind you that you are not alone. You are being guided. You are a part of the symphony. The energy of crystals is a profound key to unlocking our potential. But it is just one instrument in the orchestra of universal energy. And in our next video, we will decode an even more direct and ancient mystery, the power of sound healing. We will explore how specific frequencies, some lost for centuries, can interact directly with our biology, bringing harmony to our very cells. It is a subject that will challenge everything you thought you knew about medicine, music, and reality itself. I would love to hear how this journey has resonated with you. Now that you understand the language, what is the first conversation you plan to have with your crystal allies? Please share your story, your feelings, and your intentions in the comments below. Your experiences create a grid of light for our entire community. If the message in this video touched your heart, please share it with a friend who you believe needs to hear this too. And if you are not yet part of our community, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to continue this journey of discovering the hidden roots that connect us all. Until next time, stay curious.